Welcome back to another review, this time for the anime A Ninja and an Assassin Under One Roof. This one had 12 episodes and was airing in spring of 2025. Synopsis on AniList is the following. On the way home from school one day, Konoha Koga rescues Satoko Kusagakure, a ninja who escaped her village. Soon, pursuers from the village show up in search of Satoko, only to be deftly dealt with by Konoha. As it turns out, the unassuming high schooler is actually an assassin. Thus, the potentially cutthroat cohabitation of a ninja and an assassin begin. Now, on the picture you see Konoha is the brown-haired girl, and Satoko is the purple one. Now, as the synopsis is saying, Satoko escaped from her ninja village, and like it is in these, organizations, if you leave, you need to be dealt with to, don't leak secrets, don't leak the organization, you just need to get to be dealt with. So they send ninjas after her. Now, Satoko is very inept in being a ninja. She is not very strong. However, Konoha is a very strong assassin. Now, the meeting is a little bit, unfriendly, because Konoha is very cold as a person, so she has no reason to really help Satoko. However, they get ambushed by the ninja. The ninja decides she has to get rid of both, which then Konoha gets rid of the ninja that followed Satoko, and Satoko used her only ability, her only redeeming ability, which is that she can turn inanimate objects into leaves. So she can turn corpses into just normal leaves. Now, first off, for this part we got like an insane animation, which I don't know. Someone had a lot of time, it feels like, to spend on doing that animation. And additionally, this is where Konoha is a little bit interested in working with Satoko. So, Satoko, ninja girl who escaped the village, Konoha, assassin. Now, the assassins, they have like a leaderboard, like review side, and the better the reviews are, the higher your your ranking is in the leaderboard, and bigger number, bigger dopamine. Konoha, for some reason, she wants to be at the top. We don't really know why, but she wants to be at the top. And one of the couple things, so the assassin leaderboard does not only care about you getting rid of the target. Naturally, get rid of the target, do it quickly, do it discreetly, all the things you should do. However, they also want you to get rid of the aftermath, get rid of the body, get rid of all the blood, make it so the target more or less disappeared instead of, got brutally murdered. Now, what you can do, you can spend money with the organization, with the assassin organization, and you can, you can rent some services like getting rid of the body. You can do that, getting information about targets. You can buy that. You can buy a lot of stuff over the assassin organization. Now, the organization is going to deduct more or less some of your ranking or potential ranking if you use their services too much. So that is why Satoko is going to be very important, because she can get rid of corpses and potentially any evidence. So they decided, or Konoha decided, to take Satoko in her little apartment. They're not necessarily on equal footings. Now, Konoha is a very cold person, very emotionless. Very straightforward, very pragmatic. On the other side, Satoko is like the, happy-go-lucky kind of character. She likes She loves the life. She likes Konoha. She's just happy. She's friendly. She's all the good parts. Meanwhile, Konoha is like like a code assassin, code killer. You do see other characters that are going to be featured in the series, in the picture as well. And this is more or less the idea. You get like a new character. The assassin deals with the new follower, the new assassin, the new ninja that is going after Satoko. And Satoko turns that ninja into leaves. So that is the reoccurring little gag. It is mostly comedy. However, you would expect, okay, do they fight a lot? What is going on? Fights are over in like 3 seconds. Because it's like, oh, I'm Ninja XYZ and I'm coming to catch Satoko and she is dead and turned into leaves. So it's mostly a gag to get these characters, which is very surprising because all the characters have a lot of a lot of not character, but they all look different. They all look unique. They all feel like unique characters that could you could develop into something, but they are there for like 3 seconds and they are gone. Now this is overarching. The show doesn't really have a big plot. I mean, we have like Konoha wants to reach number 1 in the assassin list, which we don't really get to see much. We just hear, okay, she gets rank ups. And Satoko just wants to live here. It's mostly like a comedy slice of life, which is very weird because this show has a very weird dynamic of ha ha ha, funny. Oh, we kill something. That is a little bit disturbing. Back to the haha funny. It's like, especially there's one. So this show, what it did, which is very hard for a show to do to me, it made me feel really bad about a character, which is like, especially, it's like the haha funny, oh, disturbing murdering of some ninja follower, haha funny. And we have different things happening to further the comedy, and that is all fine and dandy, totally okay. However, then there is like a character named Yoshida, who's just a lovely human being, just a good person, and she gets fucked over so much, and I'm like, holy shit, why? It's also like, it's like I'm watching the show, especially one episode, I'm watching the show and I'm like, oh yeah, okay. I see like the train coming and I'm like, maybe the train is, stopping, it's getting diverted. Maybe I'm lucky. I am not lucky. Seemingly I'm getting gut punched and I'm like, oh, that was not enjoyable. Not enjoyable in the entertainment way. Not like, it's like, oh, I did not need to feel that way right now. I had the same or similar feeling for the ending of Happy Sugar Life. Now, Happy Sugar Life is the feeling was amplified a lot more because, because of the ending. And I was like, holy shit, okay. Better go back to the haha funny, please. And I mean, it does a pretty good job at being like funny, having this, dichotomy of being funny, being like a little messed up or really messed up, playing around with like different ideas. We have like the robot in the background. We play around with that idea. We play around with the idea of the other characters, the relationship between our 2 main characters, and sadly Yoshida. It is pretty solid. Pretty solid comedy slice of life ninja assassin show. Analyst gave it is 76%. You can see what genre do we have? Comedy, sure. And my animalist gave it a 7.6. Now, comedy is subjective, as always. However, there's not much to really say negative about the show, in my opinion. I mean, an overarching plot line would have been nice. However, it's not really important. I would say it is 8 out of 10. It is a very solid, funny show. It has some messed up stuff. It has like this dichotomy between these two, which is pretty nice. I like the characters. I like the main character, Satoko. She's just cute. She's just nice. And it was pretty enjoyable. Pretty enjoyable show.